I never thought in my life that a studio would make a Barbie movie that wasn't meant for children. Interesting. So Barbie is a brand new film based off of the Barbie toys. The film is directed by Greta Gerwig and it stars Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, America Ferrera, Issa Rae, and Simu Liu. Barbie and Ken are having the time of their lives in this colorful and seemingly perfect world of Barbie Land. However, when they get a chance to go to the real world, they soon discover the joys and perils of living among humans. This movie has a lot going on for itself, but I want to talk about the positives, and the first thing is the production and the set designs, because both were just fantastic. Greta Gerwig clearly had a vision for what she wanted the world of Barbie Land to look like, and I think her and the production team perfectly crafted the aspects and the details of this pink and plastic world, because guys, it is just visually appealing and stellar to look at. It's like they took the world of Barbie Land and brought it to life, and it kind of feels like one of those cartoons existing in the real world type movies, even though they're not cartoons, but I dug it. The world of Barbie Land feels like a high budget theater play, but they make it work. In fact, there is even a scene where an ambulance arrives on the beach and that ambulance opens up like an actual Barbie doll playhouse set. And I thought that was actually kind of cute. I think it's kind of funny how the movie transitions from this perfect and pink utopia to the shitty streets of Los Angeles. Listen, I've been to LA. Parts of it are very, very filthy. Regardless, the world of Barbie Land is a colorfully constructed utopia of happiness. And I think Greta and the production team did an absolutely phenomenal job at bringing Barbie Land to life. I love that this movie is unapologetic with its campiness. So Barbie offers this silly and quirkiness to it, but I think that aspect really elevates the fantasy and the imagination of Barbie Land. For example, when Ken and Barbie are driving to the real world, the car just randomly does this 360-degree flip, and you hear these cartoon sound effects play and these visual cartoon effects display. And it sounded like something straight out of a Looney Tunes episode, but I loved it. I love when movies are unapologetic like this, because there's just something special when you see a movie that has this silly nature implemented into it, but at the same time, it is a very self-aware movie and knows exactly what it is. I just really admire that aspect in any film. If I were to ask folks, which celebrity looks like your typical Barbie doll, I guarantee you most people's answers would be Margot Robbie. And that she is. Margot Robbie was absolutely phenomenal in this movie. I think we all knew that Margot Robbie was going to annihilate the role of Barbie in this movie, so her stellar performance should not come across as a surprise to really anyone. She is this overly joyful but yet stereotypical Barbie doll who ends up developing feelings outside of happiness, and she just wants to remind little girls across the globe that, hey, they are loved and that they are enough, and that she herself does not need to be perfect in order to be beloved by others. This kind of reminded me a bit of Free Guy, when Guy ended up developing feelings and emotions outside of the NPC framework. But regardless, Margot was charming, she was intelligent, and I think her delivery and her conveying of emotions really helped sell the heart and high spirit of Barbie. Ryan Gosling as Ken. He's just like me for real. Ryan Gosling as Ken is a casting that I never thought I needed, but I am so glad that I got it. How can you even hate this man? Ryan's performance is one for the books. He was one of the biggest highlights of this entire movie, and his comedic timing and his sense of humor is just impeccable. He basically plays this idiot frat bro who only has a good day when Barbie says hi to him. To the average Redditor and Discord admin, Ken is Superman in their eyes. Did I just call myself a Redditor and a Discord admin unintentionally because earlier I said he just like me for real? God damn it. In the movie, Ken gets exposed to the real world, and his biggest takeaway was horses. And now I have the masculine urge to go find me a horse and ride off into the sunset like I'm Indiana Jones. Ryan Gosling was charismatic, hilarious, and he just steals the movie in every scene that he's in. Also, I may or may not have added I'm Just Ken to my Apple Music library. The humor in this movie is flat out hilarious, for the most part. All of the best jokes came from anything that involved Ken. Anything that didn't involve Ken, those other jokes, they were kind of just, But I still found myself belly laughing, and I actually was smiling a lot throughout the movie. I really like the soundtrack in this movie. The soundtrack in this movie is like an amalgamation of upbeat pop music to slow and soulful jams to just turning the Barbie theme song into a trap beat and rapping over it. I liked it. And I think the soundtrack complements the movie significantly. I also enjoyed the messages that it tells to not just little girls, but people as a whole. And that is that you should just never go out of your way to try and be perfect. Just be yourself and just find your purpose in this world. You know, like, what's your story? What's your end goal? How will you inspire others? And I think those are questions that a lot of people should be asking themselves because, look, man, life is way too short to go around trying to be a people pleaser. And matter of fact, if there is one thing that I have learned in my life is that you should never be a people pleaser. And I feel that sometimes us humans, we get so distracted with trying to please everyone that we end up pleasing nobody and not even ourselves. So I superbly appreciated those messages. Also, my other takeaway, stop being a simp, but, you know, that's just me. And as far as messages and themes go, with that being said, I need to address something about this movie, and I feel like it would be weird if I didn't address it. You know, I feel like me not talking about this aspect of the movie would be like me talking about The Idol and not addressing The Weeknd's terrible acting, okay? I have to talk about this, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to give it to you straight up. This movie is a feminist movie. It's one of those feminism destroy the patriarchy type movies. And listen, that is not to say that the movie is terrible, because it is not. I'm just saying that they really honed in on that message in this movie. In the beginning of the video, I said that this movie was not meant for kids. And I still stand on that. Because I feel like at some point this movie got lost in its own sauce, that it ended up just forgetting who its main target audience was. Like, guys, let's be honest. I don't think the average 8-year-old girl, or at the very least the average 8-year-old kid, is going to understand what overthrowing the patriarchy means. Or maybe children never were the target audience in the first place. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. Take that information how you will, but just know that theme is very, very present in this movie. Also, Will Ferrell was in this movie, and he is hilarious. The problem is that the movie kind of forgot what to do with his character, so he kind of ended up being just there. Like, near the end of the movie, he finally reappears, and I said to myself, oh, yeah, that's right, you're in this. Where the hell have you been? In the end, Barbie is a movie that I'm glad I got to experience in this lifetime. It was a movie that I did not know what to expect from, but it was definitely more than what I thought. And honestly, I think there is at least one thing that we can all agree on. Phenomenal. So, plugging Barbie into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pass zone. I would have put this into the pinnacle zone, but that destroy the patriarchy thing, that was just too much. That was a little too rich for my blood. Then again, maybe I'm not the target audience, so what do I know? But yeah, that is pretty much my review for Barbie. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about Barbie. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Are you seeing Barbie and Oppenheimer on the same day this weekend? Why is Ryan Gosling one of the greatest to ever do it? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And I will see you all in the next one.
After working up the nerve almost equal in size, I walked around with the iron for any wrinkle in time. I paid a piece of my mind for every nickel and dime, but never less than a 5 and never slept on a job. A killer crept on your squad, yet never left the garage. When your God was close enough to see the flesh of his eyes. Get to the button and press, it's what the message advised. What's the threat behind the vest is where the testament lies.